What is up, guys? Shinchi42 here. Today we have a special guest, and he is one of the biggest spender in this Kingdom 41. Now, they play differently. Their approach of the game is different than the free-to-play players or the moderate spenders. So we're going to be picking his brains out. Now, if you guys want to be the most dominant governor in your kingdom and the most electrifying governor in your kingdom, don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications. And guys, don't forget to share this video to your friends, family members, and even to your enemies. Welcome, Vice, to Shinchi42 channel. How are you doing today?
I'm good, my man. How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. So today we're going to be talking about what not to do for going to T5. So what are your suggestions to the other players that are playing this game?
Well, one would be unless you're completely, fully financially committed to going to T5, to kind of take a step back and do your research. Whenever 15% runes are around. Um, Also, if you are fortunate enough to have the king's titles that also grant the extra percentage runes, to use those to your full advantage, especially when you're getting into the 100+ days of research. Those help out tremendously. So that would be my biggest advice, because I made that mistake of trying to rush into T5 and got to the point where I was just like, this is just too much at one point. So that'd be my biggest advice.
So let's say you're going to T5, right? Do you need to unlock every single research here in the military technology?
As far as I know right now, you have to do all the researches up until your certain troop type that you're going for. So, like right now, I'm doing cavalry. So, you have to have all of your cavalry research done first before you get anything else done. So, right now, I'm just focusing on that.
So you need to focus on the stirrups, plate armor, and then you also need to unlock some of these scutum and cavice in heavy frame to get that medical corpse,
Correct.
right?
Correct. That's correct.
Then you
Yeah.
can just go straight to the Royal Knight, or in case for you is Teutonic Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
Because what is your civilization again?
I'm Germany. I picked Germany based off of the troop training perk that it has. And I guess also the cavalry, but mostly the troop training, because I thought that troop training in the long run would be the most beneficial out of all the civilizations.
I see. So maybe you can give us some insight. How much do you think you would estimately be spending on cash wise just to get T5 units?
Well, at this point, you're probably spending at least 5,000 plus easy on getting T5.
Wow.
5,000 American dollars. So
Alone just for
whatever that
T5
is, another.
units.
Yeah, yeah, easy.
Wow.
Yeah, because to even get to the point where you're able to even start doing T5 research is insane. Once you hit City Hall 25, you have to have all your buildings to 25 to get to your academy.
And
So
sorry, Vice. What do you buy then? What bundles do you buy? Do you buy the
well,
research Foundation of Wisdom?
well,
Fountain of Wisdom.
recently I have been. Yeah, recently I have been, but prior to, I was buying the Live and Legend bundles, just because I thought they would be the best investment overall in the long run. But most recently, I have been buying the research packages. So
That would be the Fountain of Wisdom. I said foundation. It's Fountain of
yeah,
Wisdom.
yeah, yeah, buddy, that's it.
Okay, so this is what you spend on. So once you've reached, because like I have the King's Coronation here, I'm assuming it's the same. Once you spend about 49 bucks, the next step would be what? How much is that? Or does it reset to $5 again?
The the $99 package or the $100 package, whatever you want to call it. So, which you can buy 3 a day, I believe.
3 a day.
So, yeah. So after you hit 3, it cuts you off.
Really? And then does it reset?
Yeah. The next, if you want to call it a business day, the next business day, yeah, it'll reset. But then you have to start from ground zero again. You have to start from the 5 to the 10 to the 20 to the 50 to the 100. And then once you get to the 100, then you can do the next couple. So,
I see. Do you like that system
yeah.
as a spender?
No, I do not at all. No, not at all.
And you also buy this
Um,
daily special offers, right?
I was up until I hit VIP 15. Ever since I hit VIP 15, I don't do them anymore because I don't really see them being worthwhile.
I see, because there's VIP points that you don't need really.
Yeah, exactly. And those daily special offers are, I think, mostly geared towards people that are trying to up their VIP level. So I just don't see them being quite that necessary because realistically, you only get, a golden key and a magic box and some VIP points. So it's really not that worthwhile.
I assume you have Tao Tao fully skilled already.
Who?
Tao Tao.
Cow Cow? No,
Yeah.
I do not.
Oh.
No, I never used Cow Cow ever, actually.
Oh, how are you going to build this full cavalry units?
I'm not really necessarily worried about a full cavalry unit. I have my Julius Caesar to level 60, and I have my Hannibal Barca fully maxed out skill wise. So I mainly focus on rallying cities, especially for KVK, which should be hopefully coming up here very soon. Which I with my commander troops that I use, it's mostly a mixed troop type. But with the civilization I picked, Germany, it is cavalry leaded. So I have tried to focus on that as my first T5 troop type, but it's not necessarily the biggest deal in my opinion. Um, Especially when you're attacking another governor's base, I feel as though they have mixed troop types. So having all cavalry is not really the best approach to attacking another governor's base. I have a lot of screenshots to prove that.
Okay. So those are good advice actually. One of the advice that Kai actually told me is when you're doing a full cavalry unit, you just want to isolate the enemy really in the battlefield.
Well, yeah, mostly people that use full cavalry attacks, it's mostly for speed.
Yes,
And I'm not really worried about that because I mostly just rally bases. So from it doesn't really matter your speed at that point.
that's true.
So once you hit a certain point, I feel as speed is not as necessary, especially if you're the one that's leading rallies. I know for me, when I lead a rally, I always tell my people to do a heavy siege and then a mixed troop type just based off of my commanders. So, like I said, I use Julius Caesar as my lead commander and I use Hannibal Barca as my second commander because he is built to be a second commander. So, for me, speed is not really that big of a deal. But if you're doing open combat or if you're attacking people on resource nodes, then yes, speed is definitely something for you. But for me, it's just not that big of a deal.
Interesting. So let's wrap things up. Can you just let us know what do you mean by Hannibal Barca is set for a secondary commander?
Well, as most of you may know, that Hannibal, your secondary commander, his traits do not affect your attack. It's just skills. So his skills are amazing. And if you have them maxed out, which I do and a handful of others do, then he is the prime example of using a secondary commander for attacking another governor's base. So that's what I mean.
Interesting, because they both have the same attribute. I guess you have a Julius Caesar higher level at this time.
Mine's at 60 right now. Yeah.
I see. What's your Hannibal Barca level?
He's at like 42. I don't really care about what level he's at. I got him at 40, and I was like, that's fine.
Because at this point, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I guess once you get him to 50, you get a higher troop load or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But my Julius Caesar gives such a high troop load as it is that it really does not matter, especially if people are filling my rallies. So it's not that big of a deal. If I was using him for open combat, it would be something different, but his skills do not affect that really. So that was my kind of plan of thinking in that.
Okay, interesting. Well, Vice, thank you for being in this channel. I really love some of your insight, and we're gonna do more collaborations.
All right, my man. Hey, you have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to comment your opinion, and make sure don't forget to like, and make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'll definitely see you guys in the next video.